they'd say, we're going to let you go. They'd bring us up and said, you're under contract. And so I went sailing for 15 months. And when I came back, I wanted to know what I bought a catamaran and went sailing with this beautiful girl who told me she can't get pregnant. Her tube just screwed up. And I said, oh, you poor thing, come with me. Of course she got pregnant. That's another story. So I went to the movies to find out what was going on, and it was all about Bruce Lee. And so I looked and it said distributed in Singapore. So I went out and bought a ticket, charter aircraft. I had no money to Singapore, where it said distributed. Then I got there and I conned my way into the Hyatt Hotel through the PR girl, and got a free room. And then they got me a free ticket with some airline. It goes up to Hong Kong. They wanted to give me one way, and I said, no, I got to get back and catch my car, trying to fly back the other way. But then I got there and I found that Bruce Lee's way out in the country in the studio at Harvest, Golden Harvest Studios. So I got in a bus with all these Chinese people with animals and all the things they eat. You wouldn't believe it. And then I got in to see Raymond Chow, the producer. And he said, oh, George Lazenby, you're here. Wow. Bruce, I'd love to see you. And he calls up Bruce and said, Bruce, did you want to see George Lazenby? No. And so I go out in the street and there's a typhoon starting. I'm thinking, how can I get back? Because no bus is going to run the typhoon. I'm hiding behind this telephone pole because it's a corrugated iron that's starting to fly around. And this little Mercedes pulls up, and it's a 230 SL. And it's got Bruce is in the back like this, and he's got Mr. Hong Kong driving it, and his secretary next door, and he's got the window down about this far because of the wind and everything. He says, get in. I said, where? He said, she'll get out, you get in. And so I've got her sitting on my lap, and he's in the back there chatting away. And I said, that's not your line, that's J. Krishnamurti's line. He said, you read Krishnamurti? I said, yeah. And straight away we struck it off like that. And we went to dinner. They moved the whole restaurant to give us a table in the middle of the restaurant. Had a police escort because the police tried to tell us to get off the road. So Bruce Lee, Bruce Lee, and gave us a restaurant. And then we were sitting at a table, about 10 of us around it, and because Raymond was behind with an empty car. We're all squished up in this little one. And meanwhile, he said, if I was going to fight Raymond Chow, he said it'd take me about 1 second to knock him out. He said, if I was going to fight my wife, his wife was there. She's a black belt, might take a minute. Mr. Hong Kong, might take a minute. Andre Morgan, he was another producer, guy there, 2 seconds. How long would it take me to beat you, George? I said, as long as it took you to catch me, I guess. Good answer. Raymond, give George $10,000. Raymond says, what for? So I'm going to do a movie with him. So Raymond's writing out this check, and then after the typhoon came, that was the biggest typhoon ever in Hong Kong. Ships were lifted up on the shore and everything. And we were watching guys come around the street to the corner holding their hats, and then they on the street. That's what the fun, look out the window. Meanwhile, he opened me a bank account, got me a suit, because my suits were way out of date from being on the boat and whatnot. And then he started talking movie. And 3 days later, after he'd call you at 3 o'clock in the morning. What do you think of this idea? Blah, 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 blah. Call me back. I go, what the hell was that? And he's giving me, we had breakfast, lunch, and dinner together for 3 days. And he's a very exciting guy to be around. I mean, he's full on. Meanwhile, on the third day, he says, at lunch, he said, I got a headache. I don't know what it is. People say they got a headache, didn't take much notice of him. And he said, I said, don't come tonight then. I'm leaving tomorrow. He said, no. I said, I'll be there. His favorite food was Japanese, strangely enough. And so we're waiting in a Japanese restaurant, Raymond Chow and I. And then I said, Raymond, what's Bruce's number? Where is he? He said, he's with his girlfriend, Betty Ting Pei. So I got a number, I called her, I said, what's going on? She said, I can't wake him up. I said, I'm calling back in 5 minutes. If you can't wake him up, I'm calling an ambulance. And she didn't want the bad publicity of people having a girl on the side. And meanwhile, I called back and she said, I called an ambulance, he's gone to the hospital. So I had dinner and I got in the hotel room, the phone was ringing as soon as I went in there because the press knew we were getting around together. And they said, Bruce Lee's dead, what do you think? And I stayed for then I got back to London and Raymond rings up and said, "You owe me $10,000. I said, "No, I don't, that was Bruce's." He said, "No, that was my money. You got to do a movie for me." So I ended up doing 3 kung fu movies. And he said a trainer over, who was, oh God, he's rough. He was big, you know, and the first day he got my leg and put up on his shoulder like that, and held my neck. And then another leg, I went up the stairs on my butt that night. And I said, what'd you do that for? He said, "You white guys can't kick very high. So I had to stretch you out, otherwise it'd take me months. I'm gonna train you in 3 months." Anyway, 3 months later, I could afford anybody. He had me 8 hours a day, 5, 6 days a week. Because in the movie, you don't stop. You just do one scene after another, and you do one line of dialogue to get to the next fight. That's what a kung fu movie is about. So he made sure he could work out all day. My girlfriend at the time said, "Oh, I love your body." I said, "I'll keep it up," but I never did.
To you, you were some of your early roles. One of them was Dr. Kildare.